Hey, spiritual Barbies and spiritual Kens. How's it going? Welcome to a bonus episode of the Spiritual Sisters podcast. It's officially, almost Aries season. Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
Aries season is going on. I feel like Aries season's about to fuck shit up, so let's
Why do you say that?
I don't know, because Aries?
What do you know
what
about
they do?
Oh yeah, what do you know about Aryan nature?
That I don't really vibe with it?
Really? You don't?
I don't think so. There's like one Aries that I think I vibe with. I think the rest of them are like,
Have you ever dated an Aries?
No. Fun fact, I've really only dated Pisces and my husband.
Who's a Capricorn, by the way.
Who's a Capricorn, right.
Mm-hmm.
I've had two partners that their birthdays were one day apart.
That were Pisces?
Mm-hmm. Fucking Pisces.
I just feel like that's a very soft energy, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I dated a lot of soft men.
Oh, okay.
Until I found my husband. Okay. Tell us all about Aries.
Well, I feel like we should get into why we're even doing this, because I don't think our audience expects that.
Oh, okay. So our friends Katie and Kelly did this, and we're totally stealing the idea from you girls.
Totally, 100%.
I should have asked Kelly, because they just got through their whole cycle. I should have asked her if they were planning on restarting again, but I feel like they already kind of covered everything, so I don't know that they would be.
Yeah.
But I feel like I should have asked. Yeah. I'll text her and tell her we're stealing her idea. But anyways, we're totally stealing their idea because it was so fun. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's totally on brand for our show. I don't know why we didn't think of it. Well, because we're not really great with ideas. So that's not true. That's why it's sort of true. So we are going to try this out for this year and see how it goes. So let us know what you guys think. This is our first one because Aries starts the zodiac. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So fucking random because it's April. March?
Right, but that's how it was before. The Gregorian patriarchal calendar, January to December, was put in place.
Okay. Some well-known Aries people.
Wait. You know what though? You just committed us to another year of the podcast. So friends, please go ahead and leave us a review, comment, subscribe, all the things.
Can always back out.
Like our fun holidays.
Yeah, they weren't so fun. So
yeah,
they're over. I'm over them. Sorry, Brianna. Okay, so well-known Aries people. And Gabs, maybe you have some others. But Lady Gaga.
Oh, yep.
Elton John.
Yep, was going to cover him.
Tommy Hilfiger. And Jackie Chan, according to this book. So Gabs is going to use the reference of her beautiful mind for this episode. I am going to use The Complete Guide to Astrology. I bought this book years ago and I've opened it maybe twice. And I'm going to use that to reference some information so that I can also contribute to the show. So anyway, take it away, Gabs.
Well, first of all, thanks for that nice compliment, because before we got on, she was being very much the older sister. And I was like, oh, I'll take the compliments and wins when I can get them. And then she also said that this book that she's referencing, she's only used it literally, like she's really hardly ever picked it up. So I thought that was really funny. I think that was it. What were you going to say?
You guys, can you tell Gabby how pretty she looks when she does her hair and makeup and that she should do it more often? Because this bitch doesn't. And I'm like, hey, you should do this all the time. And you know what? I told her maybe her future husband is out there watching her on YouTube and, you know, maybe he wants to see her looking pretty. I told her after she gets married, she can let herself go and stop doing her hair and makeup, but she needs to at least entice them in and look pretty, and she's not with it. So guys, can you please be on my side and let's get her to do that more. Take it away.
Leave the. You can even put that in a comment or review or anything on Apple Podcasts. So, okay, I agree. I'm not saying I don't disagree. Okay, so you did cover some of the celebrities. I have actually an extensive list. I'm going to start with your favorite.
Okay.
I need your opinion on these people because pop culture is just like your thing. Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, I love him.
Hot, so hot.
He gets my loins going. Okay, who else?
Okay. Keira Knightley.
She's whatever.
Eddie Murphy.
She doesn't get my loins going. Who?
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Eddie Murphy's hilarious. We watched this. Oh gosh, what was it? Some kind of. Oh, it was the history of Coming to America. It was this cool show. It was like behind the scenes of Coming to America. Anyway, I didn't realize how young Eddie Murphy was when he first started. He was only about 19 years old when he started SNL. Anyways, I was very intrigued by the information that I heard about Eddie Murphy. Okay, who else?
He's an SNL legend. Celine Dion.
She's all right.
Okay. Paul Rudd.
I love him. He's cool. That man doesn't age. I think he's like a vampire.
Yeah, whatever he's eating, whatever he's doing, I want to know.
He looks the same in Clueless as he does in This Is 40.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Matthew Broderick.
Oh, he's not hot, but Carrie Bradshaw thinks he's hot because that's her man's.
Carrie Bradshaw, SJP, is also an Aries sun.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, these are sun sign, Aries sun sign, guys. That's what we're going off of.
This sexy Capricorn just walked in.
Oh. Don't tell him that.
He's like, he's ridiculous.
Fergalicious.
Oh, Fergalicious. I like her.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mariah Carey.
Nope, overrated. Over her. I don't know her.
You used to remember back in the day, like she was it. You loved her music.
I loved her when I was like 10, and then I'm over her now.
Okay, Reese Witherspoon.
Love her.
Yeah, me too. Emma Watson.
I don't know enough about her. She the Harry Potter girl?
Yeah.
I don't watch it.
Is it Evan or Evan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor?
Ewan.
Don't know enough about him either.
Yeah. Okay, Kristen Stewart. We know enough about her.
I just read something that says she's a Taurus.
Is she?
That's what this book says.
What's her birthday?
I don't fucking know what her birthday is, but it says she's a Taurus along with The Rock and George Clooney.
Yeah,
I can't wait to cover them next month. Okay.
We'll confirm, guys. Alec Baldwin.
Oh, fucking weirdo. No.
Jessica Chastain.
I don't know a lot about her, but she's very classically beautiful.
Okay. I have two more. Lil Nas X.
Moving on.
Okay, final. Kourtney Kardashian.
Love her.
Do you? I didn't think you did.
Oh, wait. Kourtney? She's kind of boring. Sorry, I don't know. I was thinking Chloe. Kourtney, but she's gotten a little bit better.
Since Travis,
but she's kind of... No, I'll keep my opinions to myself. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Because one day they're going to listen, and then I'm going to have to defend myself.
Exactly. And in their NDAs and all the things that they do in the research, they research the people that they work with just to see if they've talked shit about them or not. So just
Kourtney Kardashian, I love you. You're gorgeous. I love your feet as much as Travis does. Okay.
Okay. Aries, first sign of the zodiac, as we know. And it is considered to govern, Aries season is considered to govern the period from about March 21st to April 19th. However, that can shift depending on when the sun is entering into that constellation. So it starts off the zodiacal season and it happens. So when the sun enters into Aries, that's what kicks off spring equinox. So spring equinox is in accordance with the astrological New Year. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay.
No, I asked you to dumb this episode down and you're failing already.
Aries season. Aries season, Nichole. Astro New Year. Spring
Astro
equinox.
New Year.
Same shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All the same. All the same. Okay.
Okay.
This year it falls on March 19th, 2024.
Is spring equinox on the 19th?
Mm-hmm. It's the first day of the Astro New Year, and that's the spring equinox, which is on a Tuesday.
Is it always that day?
No, it depends on when the sun's transiting and going into that. So it's around that period of time.
Because summer solstice is always June 21st, right?
Yeah.
So how come the spring changes?
Well, this is a leap year.
I was going to say, is it that leap year?
Leap year. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we also wanted to cover, Nichole wanted to go over the element, the dates, traits, celebs, all the things, right? So
Aries 101.
Aries 101. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good title. Aries 101, Taurus 101, all the things. Okay. What do you know about the elements?
Fire, earth, water. Shit, hold on. Fire, earth, water. Yeah. There's one more.
Mm-hmm.
Air.
Yeah, exactly. And Aries is, take a guess.
Fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. On the symbol, because all of the different zodiac symbols, they obviously are different. But if you're looking at a chart, it's typically going to be in a color red because fire signs are in colors red, orange, green, and blue. And Aries, it looks kind of like a V.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
With like a little twirly at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's represented by, oh my gosh, check your book, Nichole. It's the ram, right? I always get fucked up with Aries and Taurus because they're very similar in terms of what represents them.
I don't know if that's in here.
I'm pretty sure it's the ram.
How do you not know this?
It's a lot to keep in track. Keep in mind. And keep track.
Let's see.
I think it's the ram.
Aries.
Because then Taurus is the bull.
Animal.
Yeah, it's the ram.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is. Anyways, our audience can correct the professional astrologer.
Ram.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Represents the top of the head, starts at the top. Because if you work through all the 12 signs, each of the different signs represents a different body part. And Aries represents the head above the shoulders. And so, yeah, usually Arians will have...
Wait, can we call him something different?
Yeah, I know. I didn't come up with that, guys.
Yeah, let's rebrand it right now. Come on.
Okay, that's you. You're all about the names.
Can we just call them
Aries?
What people that are...
What would the plural be?
Airi? I don't know. The time my husband said a multiple Prius is Prii, not Priuses, and I was like, "You're fucking making that up. It's not even real, but it's totally real." And
I'm
pretty sure he made it up.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Okay,
Airi?
so Airi. We'll go with that. Airi tend to have red hair. So some of the celebrities that we actually listed off have pronounced faces, but also red hair. So like Jessica Chastain, I think Elton John was naturally a redhead. Anyways, Fergie, she's had red hair in the past. Don't know that
Aries is.
Aries is?
Aries, plural.
Okay, we're back on the plural game, guys.
Aries. Yeah, it says Arian. Can we call them like Arians then and not Aryans? Because that's awful.
I'm just
actually no. And then now it's also saying Aries plural is just Aries.
Aries. All right. It's probably because they were very aware of the German culture. If you know, you know.
Jeez. Okay.
If you know, you know. Okay. Okay. So in astrology, so there's also this thing called modalities, right? And every sign of the 12 has one. And in astrology, modalities are also referred to as called quadruplicities. And basically, it groups the 12 zodiac signs into groups of 3. And these 3 categories are essentially based on like their inherent energy and how these signs tend to approach life. And these categories are called cardinal signs, they're called fixed signs, and then they're also called mutable signs. So the cardinal signs are considered like initiators, fixed signs, stabilizers, and then mutable signs are adapters. But the way in which I like to remember it is they're seasonal. So the cardinal signs kick off the season, the fixed signs are right in the middle of the seasons, and then the mutable signs are right as like seasons are about to shift.
I like that.
Yeah. So that goes back to the element, right? So cardinal signs, and we'll get into each one of these as we do the episodes, if we're going to commit to all of them throughout the year.
We're committing to Aries right now.
We're committing to Aries. Okay. So the cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So cardinal fire. And they're all cardinal in each one of their elements. So Aries is cardinal fire, Cancer is cardinal water, Libra is cardinal air, and Capricorn is cardinal earth. And the thing about cardinals in general is that they're very much the leaders, and they're very much like the CEO of that respective element. And in this instance, Aries is the first sign to kick off the entire zodiacal signs and the year. And Aries is also likened very much to the inner child, believe it or not, because it's kind of like also likened to, one would say, the protagonist or the fool in the tarot, because he's starting off, right? So he's kind of going on this journey, and all of the signs build up on each other as you progress. So the second sign builds on the first, third builds up on the second and the first, and so on. So when you get to the final sign, which is Pisces, Pisces has the elements and qualities of all of the signs that came before it. And that's kind of how the zodiac works. So one thing that's really important to know about Aries in general is that, so all of these different signs have different planetary rulers, and Aries is ruled by the planet Mars. Mars is the planet that represents war, strategy, action, getting things done. And much like the fire element, which is like charging, moving, getting things accomplished, and it moves very quickly. Fire is the fastest moving element. Aries very much has that quality as well, and people that are born under that constellation, aka that sun sign, have those qualities too. So something that I've noticed of Aries, I'm avoiding the other word because it's so weird to not say that, right? But it's like wrong to say that. So they are very much like natural strategists when it comes to business, because again, Mars rules over strategy in pretty much anything. And you'll notice that those who are Aries and Scorpios, because Mars rules over Scorpio too, they just have natural business acumen. Another thing about Aries is that because they are Mars ruled, when it comes to sexuality, they are likely and likened to be good in bed. So, I don't know. Let us know if you've had that experience, listeners. So curious.
And you can tell us that you're good in bed if you're an Aries yourself, because that doesn't count.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking about Aries and like the people that I know, and they have like a different way that they move in life, I would say. They just kind of move with a little bit more, I would say, natural confidence. And I can appreciate that natural, maybe off-putting to some people, kind of aggression, but it's just like how they're charged and how they move and how they're motivated, because Mars is their planetary ruler.
Okay. What does it mean if somebody has a Aries sun versus an Aries moon versus an Aries rising?
So sun, moon, rising across the board, it's going to be different based on the signs, right? But sun is kind of just like it brings focus in your chart to like what you're here to do, what you're here to accomplish. Your moon is your inner world, your inner feelings. It's emotional side of you that people don't maybe outwardly see. And the rising sign, it's kind of like shapeshifter energy in the sense that, like, and I always use this example that you could be, and we're not talking about Geminis, but you could be a Gemini, but you don't relate to being a Gemini. It's because your rising sign is that of a Cancer. So you're maybe a little bit more soft, maybe a little bit more emotional. And the rising sign is a little bit more of that like hidden component that people wouldn't expect unless they had a one-to-one experience with you. So the moon's inner world, and then the rising is like what people are going to experience in a one-to-one setting.
Right. So just Aries in general, if it's an Aries sun, what might we expect to see from somebody who has an Aries sun? What might we expect to see from somebody who has an Aries moon? And then the final, just what, because it's not going to be the same, right?
Right.
If they're
so for Aries suns, and I don't mean this in a bad way, guys, because I actually really appreciate this. Aries can be maybe a little bit more aggressive in your face, direct, blunt, possibly, but they're also very
sun.
That's the sun.
Okay,
but they're very just like wanting to be accomplished, goal oriented. They know what they're here to do, and it's very like it represents the warrior in the zodiac too. So I just envision that kind of archetype, and I associate that with Aries suns. When it comes to Aries moons, something that I've noticed in my practice reading charts is that Aries moons oftentimes are directly connected to the inner child being a core wound and a core focus of what they're healing in this lifetime. Because again, Aries rules inner child and the moon is emotions, but moon is also linked to mom. So something that because moon is representative of the mother in the zodiac. So oftentimes you'll see, depending, of course, on your specific birth chart, Aries moons tend to have inner child wounds that are core to their healing and a focus. But they're more emotional than you would think. You're just not going to see that up front. So Aries moons are like hidden emotions, inner world, and it's like deep psychological. It's on a deep psychological level, I would say.
Okay.
And then with the rising sign, I would say that is fuck around and find out kind of energy. So,
okay.
It's hidden. It's not something that you're going to outwardly or initially see unless you provoke an Aries rising. But another thing about Aries risings is that they're very ambitious. And I think I said that and maybe to associate the Aries sun, but Aries risings are very much going to get shit done. And if you wanted a potential collaborative business partner, I would probably link up with someone that had an Aries sun or an Aries rising.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this book and they said some possible careers for an Aries would be a firefighter, a surgeon, an EMT, art director, public relations professional, military or law enforcement officer, entrepreneur, venture capitalist, free climber, tour guide, CrossFit instructor or sports coach, athlete, metal sculptor, mechanic, hunter, silver or other metalsmith, and chef. Those would be ideal careers. What are your thoughts?
I agree with a good amount of them, but especially the surgeon one, because you'll see if you really dig deep and if that information is readily available, that people that work in operating rooms, that are doctors, that utilize tools such as knives, so like pointed edges, swords, they tend to have, and that are really good at their job, tend to have Aries in their big three.
Interesting, because chefs use a bunch of tools, right? Very sharp objects, things like that, so they can cut a person or cut some vegetables. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What else can you tell us about Aries?
want to date an Aries. I want to experience like what it's like to date a man that, because in my mind, that is a very masculine archetype. And that's the other thing we'll get to as we progress. The zodiac signs have masculine and feminine energies associated with them. And Aries is masculine. And I feel like men that are really embodied and a healed version of themselves, I feel like Aries would just have it together.
Okay. Well, that leads me into romantic combinations. Do you want to hear what this book has to say? And then you tell me if you agree or not.
Well, we just asked Brianna right before we recorded what her thoughts were because I asked her about compatibility as another fire sign. So I'm curious to see what you say.
Okay. So Aries and Aries. And guys, I'm reading straight from the book. So the book is, I don't want to get sued for, what is that thing called? Plagiarism?
Copyright?
The Complete Guide to Astrology by Louise Eddington. We'll link it in the show notes. It's actually really informative. I really like it. Okay. All right. Aries and Aries are a fiery combination that is extremely passionate. Both are independent and competitive, and this can lead to lively and sometimes explosive battles, but both partners actually quite enjoy the sparring. Who'd you say was Aries and Aries?
It's SJP and Matthew Broderick.
I can't picture them being fiery, but...
Me either, and apparently... But I mean, maybe because he apparently cheated on her back in the day.
Maybe in their younger years?
Yeah.
Okay. Aries and Taurus are a combination of fast and passionate and slow and sensual. Aries pushes Taurus into action, whereas Taurus calms down impulsive Aries.
I agree.
Okay. You agree?
I agree.
Aries and Gemini are a team, with Aries taking the lead and Gemini providing the ideas that are fanned by the fire of Aries. These two have a lot of fun together.
Yeah, agree.
Okay. They're not really talking about anything negative here. I think this is a bunch of lies.
I feel like we need Nichole's spin on what I need your opinion on it on this side.
Okay.
Because it's comical.
Aries and Cancer are a great team, with the Aries partner taking all the outer world action and the Cancer partner keeping the home fires burning. You said you wanted to date an Aries, so there you go.
Yeah.
He's going to have you pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen.
This is what I want.
Aries and Leo are another fiery combination with a lot of fun and also some explosive fights. Aries is more of the initiator, with Leo being the one who actually makes the plan real. That's what you said, right? Aries are the initiators of, or the cardinal signs are the initiators?
Yeah. And the other thing too is that compatibility, just based off of like the elements, typically fire and air work really well together, and earth and water work really well together. So Aries would likely be vibing with Leo, Sag, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius naturally.
Okay. Aries and Virgo are a mix of impulse and conservatism, with Aries providing excitement to liven up Virgo and Virgo bringing patience and practicality to ground Aries.
I feel like that would be really hot-headed. I feel like if there was going to be two signs that had issues, or just like, I feel like that might be it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Aries and Libra are a mix of Aries action and independence, and Libra negotiation and team playing. If Aries can try to compromise a little and Libra lets Aries take the lead now and then, it will work well. Because fucking Libras, they just like, they're
Libras,
they're always trying to keep the peace.
They are, and Libras have a really hard time not being in partnership. Like it's hard for them to be single, to be honest. I'm sorry, I love all of you guys, but it's so true. Also, when you go down the tunnel of an Aries, you come out a Libra because they're opposite signs. So they're mirrors to one another.
Okay. Aries and Scorpio are a passionate combination where the Aries openness and honesty will pierce the more private and investigative energy of Scorpio. Aries and Sagittarius are another fiery and adventurous combination, with only the Sagittarian lack of tact and the Aries need to dominate, causing occasional issues.
I mean, I could see them being good friends. Also,
Good for a friend, but not for family. Okay.
Also, wait, Aries Scorpio, that's Travis and Courtney, by the way.
Okay. Aries and Capricorn can be a successful combination if the individual needs for independence and achievement are respected and neither tries to control the other. Aries and Aquarius.
That would be that would be interesting too, because I feel like that's like hot makeup sex kind of energy.
Oh.
Capricorn and Aries for sure.
Okay. Aries and Aquarius are another bold and impulsive combination, and both are likely to share a wicked sense of humor. Are Aquarius funny?
Yeah, you're an Aquarius rising.
Oh, I'm totally funny. Okay. Aries and Pisces can work well if Aries is aware of Piscean sensitivity and learns to compromise a little. Pisces will be endlessly loyal and flow with Aries spontaneity.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Also,
so who is Aries going to butt heads with?
Virgo and Capricorn, the earth signs.
Virgo and Capricorn. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So who are going to be the best combos for in like friendships, and then who are going to be the best combinations for the long haul?
I feel like Aries and Aquarius could be good friends. I feel like Aries and Taurus would be like compatible partners just because of the Mars and Venus connection, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. And typically that leads for solid compatibility in and out of the bedroom. Wow, this is such a sexually charged episode.
I feel like they all are going to be, maybe.
Probably, yeah. Okay. But I have noticed, and I did ask Brianna right before we started recording, I was like, what's your vibe with Aries? Because she's a Sag, right? Sag sun. And she's like, I actually really vibe with them. She's like, I don't think I've ever dated an Aries. And I was like, I don't think you have either. But again, fire to fire, air to air is typically going to vibe. And there's another cheat thing too, I'm sure I'm going to explain as we go through these different episodes. But usually if like, so we're Cancers, right? We're typically going to be good friends with Leos and Geminis, but compatibility and partnership sexually, no. So like, it just doesn't work. And that's kind of like a cheat sheet for sun sign astrology. It's like you'll be friends with the bordering signs, constellations, but like romantically, depending on your specific chart, then you can like see.
It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, but it's like maybe not.
And then you end up with the baby daddy.
He listens.
Anyway.
Hi.
So, okay. What else? Anything else for Aries? What else should we know about them?
They're really smart. My financial advisor is an Aries. He's very attractive, very good with numbers, good with strategy. He runs a strategy business. Makes sense. So I would employ Aries because they get shit done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
No, do you? We like Aries around here.
I don't know. Do we? I don't know enough about the Aries.
They could be hot-headed, literally with the red hair, you know?
That's hilarious. What is Prince Harry?
That's a great question. I know Meghan's a Leo.
Let's see.
Their synastry chart, I saw a YouTube video on it. And it's really interesting. It's almost like if you really get deep into the weeds of the astrology in her chart, and if you look at Princess Diana's chart, it's almost like you could say that she's here to pick up her work, but she's not as well received as Princess Diana by any means.
Not even.
No.
His birthday is September 15th.
So he's a Virgo? Virgo and a Leo. That's interesting.
Did you know Prince William's birthday is the day before ours?
Yeah, but is he a Cancer or Gemini?
Well, it depends on how it falls, right?
It depends on his birth
June
time. June
21st.
Yeah. Oh, so is Lana Del Rey. So it depends on his birth time because she thought she was a Gemini for years. And then she's like, oh my gosh, I missed it by 4 hours because that's the solstice. But I think also Kate, which, by the way, guys, when we earlier yesterday, Nichole was like, Gabby, this was a podcast before the podcast. She's like, no one's going to care about this. Like, I know you will, right? Yeah. And I hadn't even heard about this whole Photoshop controversy. But all this to say, there was a TikTok theory, and I hope that she's well for sure, because I actually really like her, that she's potentially like out of consciousness. And I'll leave it at that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens, right? But I think she's a Capricorn. And if she's a Capricorn and William's a Cancer, that vibes.
It does vibe. I can speak from experience. Okay. Well, that's it for Aries season. Thanks, Katie and Kelly, for doing the good work and giving us the idea that we totally stole from you guys.
Totally.
Thank you for being so generous. Okay, that's it.
That's it. Okay, until next time.
Until next time. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.